This episode is also dedicated to the father of Zilla Fatu, Umaga, aka Eddie Fatu, who was born in 1973 and died on December 4th, 2009. You will never be forgotten. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, everybody, and welcome to DDTS Wrestling Podcast, Wrestling Series Podcast, Episode 8. Thank y'all for joining me, and welcome to another video of DDTS Wrestling Podcast, Episode 8. This is a wrestling podcast review once again. I'm trying to do more wrestling podcasts this episode, but I also do videos on trending topics, what's trending, what's out there in the world, celebrity world, and what's happening out there in the real world. But also deep down, I am a wrestling fanatic and fan, and I just had to come on here and do another episode. It is Friday, August the 14th, 2026. And we are here to do this wonderful episode and review. So, if you have not yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you will get notified when I have new videos available. Now, today's episode is going to be about a debut of a superstar who comes from a legendary family and who is part of one of the biggest famous families out there in the wrestling world. I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but first things first. Before I get into this episode, I'm at 710 subscribers, and I said, and I've been getting videos and I've been getting stuff shared to me, tips and advice on how I can, get my views up, get my subscribers up, and, basically get monetized. But I'm going to do my best and work my hardest. And I'm just going to say this. Let me pause it for a second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to lighten my camera up a little bit. But yeah, I just want y'all to know, my name, my name is DeAndre Dobbs. I am a small YouTuber, small content creator, whatever you want to call me, or however you want to call it respectfully. I am from Mississippi, born and raised, and I just want you all to know that I want this to become a career. And I'm going to say this, it's not always been my dream to be a YouTuber, but I was thinking about doing YouTube for a very amount of time. First, I wanted to become a singer. Then I wanted to become an actor. And then, when you have, negative thoughts and you have, negative people's, basically around you truly that, tells you that, oh, you ain't going to get to do that. You can't do this. You can't do that. I used to have that mindset that I wouldn't be able to become an actor, become a singer. And I had self-esteem problems and I had, issues, amongst myself, and I would let people's words, dictate me and let my insecurity win plenty of times. But now that I'm older and now that I'm in a different, light, now that I'm in a different profession, a YouTuber, content creator, in something that I truly love to this very day. I always was not a YouTuber fan. I didn't know that my YouTuber pick up the way it did, and I'm so happy that I decided to continue to do this wonderful joy that I love doing now. And I'm hoping that me, a content creator, a YouTuber who is black, who is from Mississippi, that loves talking about trending topics, that loves talking about wrestling, that loves talking about things within the world, LGBTQIA communities and everything within the black community. I'm truly am hoping and I am praying, and I have so much confidence in myself. I have so much love within myself. I have so much faith within myself that, I can do everything that I can do, that strengthens me. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all for the love, for the support, and for the guidance and everything. If you've been rocking with me since day one, I truly and gracefully appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into this episode. Now today, like what I just said a while ago, we're going to be talking about a WWE debut that happened on August the 11th, 2026 on NXT. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only Zilla Fatu. And these are the pictures. Yes, Zilla Fatu, who is part of the biggest wrestling family, the Samoans, made his debut on August the 11th, 2026 on NXT. Now, Zilla Fatu is the son of the late Umaga and the nephew of Rikishi and the cousins of Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Solo Fatu. Yes, indeed. And this is what this review is going to be about. So how this goes, I'm going to be giving my elaboration. I'm going to be giving my opinions, what I think about this debut, what I think about this whole family, what I think about them being in the wrestling business and in the WWE or whichever wrestling company that they reside. Now, I've been a WWE fan for a great amount of years, for decades and decades, and WWE is all I know. I've watched TNA for some years, and I love wrestling. It does not matter what type of wrestling it is. I love wrestling, but WWE has always been my go-to. It's always been my world because my late mama, she was a wrestling fan. So yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, you basically want to know this. Now, this is my note phone, so I will be reading from my note phone. So I will have my receipts, so I will have everything that there is to have when talking about my topics, because I believe in having the right information and not the wrong. And in my opinion, that's how it should be. Now, if I get anything wrong, and if I make any mistakes, and if anything else comes up, I will make another video. But let's go ahead and get into this video. And it says right here, it says Zilla Fatu, he officially arrived in the WWE, and here's the breakdown. So here is the breakdown, and here is the debut. 1 second. Okay, y'all, here we go. So here is the breakdown. So we're going to talk about the debut first. It says, when did this happen? On August the 11th, 2026 episode of NXT on the CW. Clips blew up everywhere on August the 12th. And it was, in what match was it? It says the NXT #1 contenders match, Cruz Montana versus Grayson Waller. Winner was supposed to face NXT champion Tonio Diango at the Heat Wave. And how did it go down? It says Fatu stumped the ring wearing his black Zilla Fatu tank and bright yellow shoes, leapt to the barcade with a super clean slide that fans compared. Randy Orton ripped his shirt off to show all the tattoos, wiped out both contenders with slams on the top rope. Splash stood tall. The crowd lost it. Match rule no contest due to the interference. The WWE NXT posted the clip on themselves, and it became one of the most watched debuts ever. 16 million views across the WWE socials in under 15 hours per the roundup graphic went viral. Okay, Now here we go, y'all. Now this is the moment of truth. It says, who is he? Who is Zilla Fatu? Okay, his real name is Isaiah Fatu, born September the 9th, 1999 in Houston. Son of the late Umaga Eddie Fatu, a member of the Aloha family, cousin to Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sika, and the Usos, etc. And he was trained by Booker T. Wrestling of Reality, debuted on July 15, 2023. Then his name in HOC, two-time Crown Jewel champion, GCW 4-rope NCG, and Reality of Wrestling before wrapped his indie run on August the 7th versus Amazing Red. What happened after? Right after clearing the ring, he cut a promo, new sheriff in town, the main one, run this and stare down the NXT champion, Tony Diango, and Obi Fama at ringside, teasing his first feud. The clip shows moments in the post-match promo, and the fan reaction overly hyped, but also a big debate. Positive slide was clean. Umaga is proud. Welcome to WWE Zilla. Fans noting he's Umaga literal twin, and his HOG fourth rope prepared him. Fatigue talk. A lot of comments. Good Lord, bloodline guys and are half their roster now. And jokes are about the Samoan world wrestling. People love Zilla personality, but are tired of the endless bloodline expression. If you want to watch the full segment on WWE NXT posted here, want me to pull his next scheduled match for Heatwave on August the 30th or his first full promo. Now, I read that to you all. I hope y'all have heard me talk about that. Now, this is everything that you need to know about what happened. Yeah, so that's Zilla Fatu behind me. And, you know, that picture represents what happened at the NXT. I will also do my best and try to put up pictures of Umaga, his late father, who is Eddie Fatu. His name is Umaga, and his name was Umaga in the wrestling ring, but his name is Eddie Fatu. Umaga died in December of 2009 of a heart attack. Let's get into this, okay? Now, this is my opinion, and this is my elaboration. I don't watch NXT. I watch WWE. I watch Raw at time. I watch Raw when I can. I watch Raw highlights. I watch the SmackDown highlights because I know Raw and SmackDown better. But I do not watch NXT. But I do keep up with the highlights. Okay? I keep up with the highlights. Now, let's go ahead and elaborate on Zilla Fatu. Zilla Fatu, aka Isaiah Fatu. Now let's get into it. Now Zilla Fatu, you know, let's get into it. It has been trending for months and months and months, almost a year, that Zilla Fatu was gonna be coming to WWE, and it all resulted when the bloodline started getting formed. Now that the bloodline is still going on, and I will say this, the Samoan family is getting bigger, 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 and bigger. That's a big family. Because with all the Samoans in the WWE, you have the Wild Samoans that was in the WWE. You have Roman Reigns, you have The Rock, you have the Usos, you got Rikishi, you got Sabu, you got Jacob Fatu, you have Umaga, you have so many peoples in the Samoan family, you know, that's making big names for themselves. And you probably wondering, how many Samoan family members is it? It's a lot of them for all I can say. I can't name them all, but I just named a few. Now, how do I feel and what do I think about Zilla Fatu coming into WWE? Honestly, I love it. I love it. I think this is what's best for business. I think this is what's best for business. And I think Zilla Fatu has what it takes to make more legendary moments. His daddy, Umaga, aka Eddie Fatu, was already legendary. He's already a legendary because Umaga is a former Intercontinental Champion, Tag Team Champion, and he had so much athleticism in the ring. And I feel like Zilla Fatu, because he's been trained by the best. He was trained by Booker T in reality of wrestling. And you know the history of that. Now, I really believe that Zilla Fatu is deserving of a championship run. He is deserving of a good storyline that's going to result in a championship run. I actually watched one of Zilla Fatu's matches. I watched a couple of his matches actually. One of them was against Booker T when they was in a rivalry. And I will say this, Zilla Fatu has everything that it takes to become the next big thing. Not taken away from Roman Reigns, the Usos, Solo, Zika, not taken away from the Samoan family members that's already in the WWE, but Zilla Fatu, he has everything what it takes. He has everything what it takes. And I can see him being the future of the WWE. I can see him holding the World Heavyweight Championship. I can see him holding the WWE title. I can see him holding the undisputed WWE Championship. I can see him holding the Intercontinental Championship. I can see him holding the United States Championship. I can see him holding every title that there is in the WWE. But my thing is this, I really hope that WWE, NXT, Monday Night Raw, or SmackDown, or whichever he goes to in the near future, which he's in WWE, which he's in NXT now, I really do hope that whatever roster that he debuts in the future, I really hope that they play him good. I really hope that they portray him good. I really hope that they give him a good storyline, because there's been so many WWE superstars in the past and so at the present that has good athleticism, that has great ring ability, that has great resumes among them, great championship reigns. How many times that they won them and they have not played them right? And what do? They leave the company that they're well known in, and they go to another wrestling company and they make a name for themselves, at that company. So it's like, wow, the company that they just left, do you think they have any regrets of losing their big superstar? I want Zilla Fatu to win a title, but first things first, he needs a great build-up. I feel like he needs to earn his way to the top, and he needs to prove himself. He actually don't need to prove himself. He's already proven himself time and time again, because he's been trained by the best. His family got a long resume. His family has won world championships, intercontinental championships, tag team championships, Hall of Famers, you name it. But let's just put it out there. I feel like this. A lot of superstars who have famous family members, they have pretty much gotten the opportunity because of their last name, because of who their family members is. But I really feel that Zilla Fatu, he should prove himself to the world and to the wrestling world that I don't need my family to be the best. I don't need my family to be a real championship holder. I don't need my family's last name. Zilla Fatu is basically saying I can make a name for myself and show y'all that I have what it takes to become a world champion. I can show y'all how it takes and what it takes to become a champion like my daddy was, Umaga was, how my uncle Rikishi was, how my great grandfathers and everything became world tag team champions, and everybody in the whole world before him. Because you got The Rock, you got Umaga, you got Yokozuna, you got the Usos, you got the Great Samoans, you have Jacob Fatu, you have Sabu, you have so many legendary people of that family that is good, that has held gold, and that's pretty much is making WWE what it is today, the Samoans. And I love every single one of those wrestlers, Samoans that I name. I'm a fan of the Rocks. I'm a fan of the Usos, good or bad. I'm a fan of Rikishi. I'm a fan of Roman Reigns. I'm a fan of Yokozuna. I'm a fan of all the Samoans because I watched all of them. And I did not know that Yokozuna was part of the Samoan family. You know, all this time I'm thinking that he's just Japanese, but in reality he's half Japanese, half Samoan. So it's like, you know, he fits right into that description. Yokozuna passed away in October of 2000. But I will do a video, y'all. I'm going to do a video on my next episode or whenever on Yokozuna. Because, you know, I feel like his story needs to be told as well. But yeah, I might be missing some points here. But I am definitely a fan of Zilla Fatu as well. Now, y'all might not believe me. I actually watched a couple of matches of Zilla Fatu when he was in the other wrestling promotions, and he was a beast, and he held titles out there as well. So he definitely have a tutelage, and he definitely have the experience. He definitely has the adrenaline. He has what it takes to become world champion, and he have what it takes to prove to everybody and to prove to the world that yes, my daddy was Umaga, my uncle is Rikishi, my family members are the Great Samoans. My cousins are the Usos. My cousins are Solo Sinker. My cousins is Roman Reigns. My cousins is Jacob Fatu. My family members are Sabu. My cousins is The Rock. Yes, I'm related to legacy. I'm related to royalty. Yes, he truly is. So, even though I don't watch a lot of NXT, I will be keeping up on the highlights. I will be keeping up on the matches within NXT, WWE Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, pay-per-views that I can watch, you name it, because I love WWE and I love wrestling. And so that's all I'm going to have on that review. And that would be it for this video. But before I go, I just want to say this. Nothing will make me happier if I can just get an interview one time or down the future tense. If I just had the opportunity, I hope that I get to interview a WWE superstar from the past, present, or future. Anybody I want to come on my podcast. It doesn't even have to be face to face. It can be Zoom, it can be FaceTime, it can be a guest on StreamYard, a guest on YouTube, click the link and invite a guest up. I would truly, truly, truly love to invite and interview a guest regarding, because I love wrestling. Not only interviewing wrestlers, but I also would like to interview peoples that, that I've done videos on, that I look up to, especially within the LGBTQIA community. I would like to interview maybe Zilla Fatu in the future. I'd like to interview Darren Young or somebody. I'd like to interview Zilla Fatu, Darren Young. I like to interview, Kofi Kingston or somebody like that, Sheldon Benjamin. I like to interview a lot of them, Jimmy and Jay Uso. I like to interview Primo, Carlito, you know what I'm saying, AJ Styles, anybody, It doesn't have to be face to face. I know I might not get that opportunity to get to fly out to do an interview, but I want to become one of those people that, that starts from small and engages to something big. Because I want to have my own. I want to live my dream. I want to continue to be a YouTuber. But I also want to be able to be a YouTuber that also gets to interview his idols, interview people that I always looked up to, interview people that I grew up with watching, not only in wrestling, but celebrities as well. And I know it's a lot of people whose schedules are busy, but I know I'm really going to have to put the pedal to the metal and just do everything that there is to do regarding that. But yeah, so what do you guys think of Zilla Fatu's review and his debut in NXT WWE? And what do you expect him to be next? How do you think this is going to play out? I'm so excited. Don't forget to put it in the comments. And I'm just going to pray to the good Lord and keep my positivity up, keep the great vibes and energy up, that it happens one day. So that'll be my video, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all on the next video. Thank y'all for joining me. And happy Friday. And see y'all soon. And this has been another episode of DDTS Wrestling Series Podcast, Episode 8. Love y'all and thank you. Bye-bye.